Good evening and welcome to this short Q&A session. So this is your opportunity to ask me questions about the Dirty Pot Club if you are interested in learning more. I'm going to share a little bit about the club briefly. I'll give you a look inside the library so you can see what's on offer. And if you do have a question and you haven't been on a live stream with me before, just write 3 question marks in front of your question, 3 at the end, and add it into the chat. And that way I can find them easily. So I'm here by myself today, and hopefully I will be able to manage everything. So you might be asking yourself, if you haven't been on one of my calls before, what exactly is the Dirty Pot Club? And in simple terms, it's a membership subscription where we learn, share, and connect about eco-printing. And a membership is like something like Sky or Netflix. It's where you pay either a monthly or an annual fee, and you have access to a whole range of content. And it's a very supportive space, at least I hope it is. Have a fantastic group of people who have been members for quite a while, plus some newer members, and they are living in all different parts of the world. So you might ask yourself, what is the difference between joining something like a membership and participating in a workshop? So why a membership instead of just a course or a workshop? Well, eco-printing is not something that you are going to master in one weekend. In a similar way, when I learned golf, I went to a pro for lessons. I did not just go out and try and hack around a golf course, even though at times that might be what I was doing. But I went and I had lessons for quite a number of years. I would have had lessons, and then my golf improved. It improved consistently, in fact, right from the beginning. And eco-printing is not something you master in just one weekend. And this is particularly true when we are working without using traditional powdered mordants, because Dirty Pot eco-printing is harnessing that metal of the pot, and we are working in conjunction with the fabric and the vegetation we use, the metal, what we put in our pot. It's a slow, intuitive practice and process, and it flows with the seasons. And when you have a solid foundation, you can really start to achieve and repeat some of your successes. For example, 80% of the time when I'm printing, I know what the outcome will be. 10% of the time, I'm even happier than what my expectations are. And I would say 10% of the time, I'm not as happy. And this happens to everybody, even people with experience. So to master the process, you need to have a solid foundation to start from, and then you can experiment and you can develop your own path with guidance and time. And a membership gives you a supportive, ongoing space to learn, grow, and connect. You meet all sorts of people from different parts of the world. And that's one of the wonderful things about being a member of the club. If you live in Australia, for example, or if you live in Canada, or maybe one of the States, if you have a question about specific vegetation, I will be able to give you guidance, but there might be somebody living in your very state who will also have even more knowledge. And we can keep adding to our library of knowledge. If people have eco-printing vegetation that works really well, we add that into the learning material that's available for you, and we all help each other out. So a membership is something that's ongoing. It costs less per month than an individual course would cost. And just to give you an example of, cost, if I was teaching a full, just a hands-on workshop from 10 o'clock until 4 o'clock, a group workshop, pre-COVID, you would have been paying 120 euros, which is more than US dollars, just for those number of hours with me. You would have created one beautiful silk scarf, and you would be able to duplicate what I shared with you at home. But it would be just that one scarf that you would have printed, and you would know exactly how to do what we did during the class, during the group class. Whereas with the membership, you could have, basically 3 months in effect membership for the same price, but you would have access to a huge wealth of information, videos, etc. And it's an ongoing experience with my feedback and live calls every month. So I'm just going to whip through a few things, and then I'll share the library, just a little glimpse at it so you can see what it looks like. And then I will also answer any questions. So learn, grow, and create with confidence. And there's clear step-by-step guidance from me, and there's a path for beginners to follow. If you have more experience, there may be different things that you want to work with and experiment with. For example, you might be wanting to create colorful prints on cellulose fabric, but you may not want to use those powdered mordants. So we have a module, working with cellulose, with binders on cellulose fabric, and that's really fun, but it can be messy, and it can also be a little bit stinky, but that's for another day. But you have a community that cheers you on as well. And there's everything you need for eco-printing success. And I know that success looks different for different people, but I'm guessing that many of you are looking for crisp prints. You're looking for different colors within the prints that you can achieve. You want maybe to make a business from this. You want to learn how to fold garments, how to deal with very large bundles, how to do tannin and iron reactions. Maybe you want to sew with the pieces that the fabric that you make. Like, for example, this tunic that I'm wearing, I didn't actually sew it. Somebody else made it for me from my eco-printed fabric, and that was before I started to sew. But all of that is available in the club. We alternate live trainings and hands-on workshop days every month. So every second month, we have a hands-on workshop day where we all come together. We have several live calls. We all work in our own studios and on the various calls at different times of the day. So people in different time zones can join in. We share what we are working on. We ask questions, I give answers, and other people chip in as well. Roadmap for success. That is particularly useful at the beginning. This is something that I have designed. And this is where you can look at the different sections in this, and you can identify what stage on the roadmap for success you currently are. Because being a member of the club, it is not a competition. There are people with no experience who join, and there are people with a little experience or who have maybe had disappointing results. But we also have some members that are full-time, textile artists or mixed media artists, and everybody joins for a different reason. And when you identify where you are on the roadmap for success, this just means that you know what the next thing for you to concentrate on is. We are all adults. So you can do whatever you like, but there is a lot of content in the library, a lot of learning content. And I don't want anybody to feel overwhelmed. So once you identify where you are, there are tips and advice about which parts of the library could be good for you to look at next. And we have a really great active private Facebook group. And we're a tight group. It's not a very big group. And we can upload images. So I put work in progress of my own, things that I mightn't be sharing on social media, experiments that I'm doing. And then club members put their posts up. They ask questions, feedback, and it's just really good fun. So I think maybe before I go any further with the slides, if you bear with me, I am just going to actually share a very little look at the club library, just so you can see what it entails or what it has in it. And when I share this, you're not going to see me, but hopefully my sound will keep going. And here we are. So when you join, if you choose to join us, you create a password when you join and you have access to a library. Now, if you have, this is my library. If you have already maybe got my eco printing ebook, you will see your ebook here when you log in. You might have my yarn mini class. No need for that now, though, if you decide to join the Dirty Pot Club, because everything is in that. So let's say you're totally new to my world and the Dirty Pot Club is the first place that you decide to jump in with me. So it will be the only thing on your product page. So you click View Product, and here you are into the Dirty Pot Club library. So there's just a little section here. This is the home page. There's a link to our Facebook page so we can connect. That is optional. You don't have to link to that, but it's really good fun. And then on the left-hand side down here, you can see it's like an index on the left. And so I'm just going to click on the foundations of eco printing. So when I click on one of these categories, one of these modules that's in dark writing, what will happen is it will open up, and this shows you all the information. So here on the left, this is all the information and all the videos and lessons that are in that particular module. So if I click on it again, you can see, we've got loads more modules, but once I open it, there we go. So within every module, there are lessons or videos or both. So let's just say you want to have a look at laying out and bundling a scarf. So you click on the title on the left, and then here, this is a video. This is one of my longer videos. This is 8 minutes and 50 seconds. And this just is all about bundling this particular silk scarf with blackberry leaves. And I talk you through the full process from start to finish. And then here's another example of one. This is adding bundles to a pot. That video is 3 minutes. Then we have, here's one on bundling the silk scarf. So these videos and lessons just go through the different parts of the process. And then depending on which module you're in and, where you are, you can, everywhere, you can just ask a question or add a comment here. Like we can see that Isabel has and Pam, Karen, people have been asking questions or making comments here on this particular video where I was revealing some finished pieces there. So within the club, there are just all these different sections: overprinting, steaming, tannin and iron reactions. There's a bonus video series, printing a thrifted jacket, and it goes on and on. So each of these has loads of different videos. We've got natural dyeing in a reactive pot, all sorts of things, eco printing in the microwave, etc., etc. So there are just so many things, and I don't want anybody to get overwhelmed by them. So let me just go back to my slides here. So there's everything you need for eco printing success within the club library, but the most important thing is my feedback and a supportive community. And this is actually a lovely testimonial from my good friend Gillian. Now, I didn't know Gillian, when she first joined my initial membership, the Eco Print and Wet Felt Club. And for the last number of years, I have just been totally focusing on the eco printing side of things. So she initially joined a felted bag course and joined my original membership. And since then, a whole new world has opened up in her textile work. And so as a long-time quilter, felter, and stitcher, she now loves being part of the Dirty Pot Club. And, you know, Gillian is a wonderful person. We've met face to face now. She came to a week-long course that I taught in Geelong, or facilitated in Geelong, Australia, and we just hit it off totally. It was like we had known each other forever. So she says, Nicola is a very generous and dedicated teacher, always ready to answer everyone's questions, and her practices are ethical and sustainable, and Gillian's always up for the next challenge. And at the moment, Gillian has work in an exhibition, and she has just been featured in a magazine with some of the other artists for the exhibition, or in a newspaper article, and that she shared that in the club Facebook group when I asked her to, you know, would she share it? Because we have a lot of people who go on and they do exhibition work, solo shows, etc., and it's really nice to celebrate what people are, you know, achieving in the club. Now, I'm not forgetting that this is, let me just see, yeah, that this is really for you to ask me questions if you have questions. So I'm going to just whip through this bit here. So the investment in your creativity for $49 US a month, you have access to all the content in the library and the live calls with me, and you can ask your questions within Kajabi, the library of content, on the individual videos or lessons, or you can ask them in the Facebook group and I will answer them. And that would be aside from the live calls. So I'm active in the Facebook group. Shauna, my right-hand woman, is also active, and we do our best to help everybody constantly. And then we have the regular calls every month. And this is all backed by a no-quibble 14-day money-back guarantee, because I do not want to push anyone to join. I want to encourage people to join, because if you value what you are doing and you want to save time and money, investing in learning is never money that's badly spent, if you actually follow the guidance, of course. Because you're investing in fast tracking your success, and we all only have a limited amount of time and a limited amount of years in many cases left. So we might as well enjoy what we're doing, be successful, and, you know, achieve the results that we want to achieve. So everything is backed by a no quibble 14-day money back guarantee. And this means that you can join risk-free, so you can explore everything that is available. You can join for just 1 month, and that's no problem. But you need to remember that it is a recurring subscription. So when you join and you know, use PayPal or a credit card to join, your payments renew automatically unless you cancel. Now, you're able to cancel this yourself through your profile within Kajabi, the learning platform. But the easiest thing is to email me or Shauna, you know, about a week before the month is up, and we can cancel it for you. And that way you won't get charged again. So you're absolutely welcome to join for just 1 month. And for everybody who joins before the deadline, which is tomorrow at 11:59 Pacific Daylight Time in the evening. So basically midnight, really, on Saturday morning. That's the deadline if you'd like to qualify for these extra special bonuses as well. So the first of these bonuses is a mini course. It's all about eco-printing delicate fabric. And people are really surprised that you can put, you know, silk and cashmere and, you know, maybe very, very fine merino in a pot of boiling liquid and you don't damage it. But I recorded myself eco-printing this silk dress, and there's a whole series of videos and a whole lot of information about eco-printing delicate fabric. So that's bonus number 1. And everybody who joins before the deadline will also get this special bonus. And this is where my good friend Kim Tidchai. Kim is an amazing textile artist and designer. And, you know, initially she studied ceramics and textiles, and design is her really big passion. And she recorded a training for me for the EcoPrint and Wet File Club. And it's all about, well, it's about design, because many of us, including me, have not been to art college. And sometimes you can learn how to eco-print, but maybe you're not sure how to lay your vegetation out for the best effects, or how to translate something you see into a design. And this is a really, really good session. It's about, I'd say it's an hour long, maybe a little bit longer. So for everybody who joins, this will be landing in your library on Kajabi at the end of September. So the first bonus is available immediately. That will be in your library right from day one. And the second bonus will be in your library from the end of September. And trust me, that one on design, I find it really helpful. And in fact, I might go back and look at it again myself for the weekend, or the next time I have a little bit of time. Anyway, I don't want to rabbit on here. This is your opportunity to ask me any questions you like about whether the Dirty Pot Club is a good fit for you. So if you have a question, please just put it in the chat, in the comments, and just put 3 question marks in front and behind. Then I will see it. And you may not have any questions. So let's just see now, are there any coming? I'll just show you a couple of other pictures just in case there are any questions coming. So this here is a beautiful piece, one of Raywin's first, really successful eco prints, and I'm just sharing it there. And then she was just saying the results from her first bundles blew her away. Clear prints on felt and stunning color on linen using eucalyptus. Okay, I see that there might be a question. Aha, Michelle. Michelle, really nice to know that you're here. And yes, here you are, you can chat. So no worries, you're not interrupting at all, Michelle. If you have a question, okay, so Michelle is saying she's already a member of the Dirty Pot Club. I can't check my records now, Michelle. You certainly are. I can't check my records right now, not while I'm on this call, but you certainly have been involved in the eco printing with eucalyptus course, and I did send you an email yesterday. So hopefully you will have got that email and maybe you have replied. There's a lot of work behind the scenes, as I'm sure you can all imagine, when hosting something like this. And it's impossible to describe how many emails that I get on a daily basis. And I try and answer everyone personally, or Shauna helps me. But my mother's not actually been very well recently. And so that's something that I have to balance with being online. And one of the beauties of eco printing, for anybody who was on the who joined the free training the other day about the 5 keys to success, it's possible to break down the eco printing process into different stages. So if you're caring for somebody, or if you've health issues, or you're very short on time for any reason at all, you can break the process into manageable chunks so it doesn't all have to be done in one go. Okay, so I'm going to ask now, before we wrap this up, are there any questions about the club? Because if not, I hope I have answered them. I hope you have enjoyed what there is in the club. And let me just put up this last slide. So this just says that, join us before the doors close, and you learn on your own schedule. And the doors are closing tomorrow. The doors with the special bonuses close tomorrow at 11:59 Pacific daylight. And so now is the perfect time to jump right in. And I see Michelle is saying, yes, she did the eco printing course in the Dirty Pot and it was great. Yes, I mean, it's really nice because I get to know people and know people's names in the courses, and I get to know them on a more intimate level in the club because we have all these live calls. So yeah, that's something that I really enjoy doing. So if you're interested in, whoops, one second. I'll just remove that. Sorry, I need, yeah. Sometimes it's a bit difficult. I'm looking in different directions, and Michelle is encouraging her friend Rosemary to join. That would be just such good fun if you were both in the club, Michelle. And I think, Michelle, you might be friendly with Karen Young as well, or friendly with Karen online. And Karen is a marvelous participant in the club and a good friend of mine as well. So in the chat, and when this video finishes, I'm going to put the link up again for the registration. And I see Lisa is here. Lisa, lovely that you have discovered me. And yeah, follow, listen, and observe for a while. That's all absolutely perfect. And maybe at some stage you'll just take that step and you will join us. But it's very nice to have you here. And Michelle, great. That would be fantastic if you and Rosemary joined. That would be really wonderful. So thank you all very much. I don't think there are any more questions. Thank you for your time. And I really look forward to welcoming some of you. Oh, hi, Rosemary. Rosemary's here as well. Hey, very nice to meet you, Rosemary. Hi. For anybody who does jump in, I will be sending emails out to everybody over the weekend with the dates and times. We're going to just have some welcome onboarding calls. And that's to make sure that anybody who's new who joins is able to access the content. Because when you're learning with something new, it's a bit like, the first time I sent an email, I didn't know, what you were meant to do. You have to learn. The first time I participated in an online course, I had to learn. So we have onboarding calls, and that's where I can help you access the content if you're having any problems. And within a few days, you'll be finding it really super easy, and you will be able to get all the information you need without help. But I am there, and Shauna is also here to help. And Lisa's saying she's in North Carolina in the US, Western North Carolina. That is not somewhere that I have been. I have in the past taught a lot in America. And I see that Michelle, I know, is in Adelaide. I haven't taught in Adelaide, Michelle, but I have taught on 3 occasions so far in Geelong at the Textile and Fibre Forum. TAFTA have a wonderful event in sort of September, October, the end of September, beginning of October. And I've also facilitated a fantastic retreat up on Lake Macquarie. So when things settle down at home, as I say, Mum's health isn't good, but I will definitely in the future be teaching again in Australia and in America, but I can't say when at this stage because I need to spend as much time with Mum as possible. So thank you all very much. Really lovely to have you here. I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to say good night from Ireland, and I look forward to welcoming you to the club. Thank you for your attention. Bye. Oh, and if you're watching this as a recording, you can ask questions up to tomorrow, up until the deadline, and I will check and I will answer the questions. Thanks, everybody. Good night. Oh, wow. Adelaide, 3 a.m. Great for insomnia. Yeah, fantastic, Rosemary. There was an early call today, but you obviously missed that. And yes, Michelle, it's important to look after mum. You know, she's really not well now, and it's just two sisters and me, so we're spending as much time with her as we can. So thanks all very much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.